Hello viewers, welcome to Parivartan Ki Baat, Voice of Alternatives, a weekly program in Voice for Public Sector. Today we have Comrade N. Rajagopal, General Secretary, Bank Employees Federation of India, Tamil Nadu. Welcome, Comrade. Comrade, we are coming across a new term in banking industry as well as with the common people, bad bank. Can you please explain what is bad bank and what is the purpose of it for the benefit of our viewers?
Thanks for the invite. At the outset, I should thank you for inviting me for this audience. Bad bank, that the terminology may be new, but the concept is not new. It is there ever since there is a bad loans in banks. The process of recovery mechanism is called bad bank. That's all. Today they are given a new nomenclature. In fact, bad bank started as early as 1988 in America and subsequently in all other countries. In India, in 1998, Narasimham Committee 2, they have recommended bad bank, but that was not implemented. Then came the asset recovery mechanisms, asset reconstruction company, Adalats, and then IBC code, Surface Act 2002, and now the form is called bad bank. Bad bank is nothing but collecting all the bad banks of the public sector as well as private banks to one bank called bad bank. There they will try to reconcile, there they will try to resolve and try to for recovery if at all it comes. So this is the broader concept of bad bank. The idea may seem to be good for the Indian public and in part for the banks. What the government or RBI had stated before the public is, by this concept, we are doing two things. One, we are cleaning the balance sheets of the banks. So balance sheets of the banks will be without large NPAs. And the second thing, the banks need not maintain provisioning every year for these bad loans. So that is the two main things that which they propagate before the public. But what is the hidden agenda? Even before the coming up of next question, I would like to say the hidden agenda for this bad bank. Hidden agenda is they want to clean the, more particularly the public sector banks with huge or large NPAs. NPA means non-performing assets. By cleaning the balance sheet, they can easily sell that property to a private corporate entity, both national and foreign, at a throwaway price in a golden platter. And for the private entity, taking a bank, very clean bank, is easier for them without NPA. So that is their main agenda. So it is another form of bad bank, is another form of privatization according to the trade unions. And another thing, trade unions have been fighting with the bank managements, with RBI, with the government of India to come out with the details of NPAs. In fact, both the organizations, BF as well as AIBA, independently, we came out with the list of defaulters of 100 crores and above, or 50 crores and above, 500 crores and above. But by bringing a bad bank, all the bad banks or bad loans from the banks will be transferred to that bank, so that out of sight. Once it is out of sight, it will be out of mind. So unions may not fight it out. So that means. And third thing, whatever they are going to waive off on the loans towards the big corporate loans, it will not be made known. That will be another secret. Just like the secrecy of electoral bonds, this is at another area where the crony capitalists are benefited by this pro-corporate rich government. This is the bad bank. This is their purpose. This is what I wanted to say with regard to this question.
Yeah. Will this bad bank solve the issues of bad loans of banks?
See, a good question, because this is the impression that has been created in the minds of the general public and even some bankers. Bad bank is not a panacea for all the bad loans. Let us be very plain on that. Not from a trade union angle, right from a perspective of scientific approach, I'm saying this. So bad bank is not a panacea for all the bad loans. See, even this bad bank has been constituted with a 9,000 crore capital. Of that capital, 51% of the shares are held by the public sector banks. 49% of the shares are held by the private banks. So that Bad bank is almost a public sector entity. That alone is not the criteria. They have another concern called India Debt Resolution Company Limited. This is what company which does the transferring of accounts in the market. In that, 51% of the shares are maintained by private banks and 49% are maintained by the public sector banks. So that is a private entity where you are going to exchange all these loans in the market are held with the private company. This is one aspect. So from this it is evident that this bad bank may not yield the results as desired or as expected by the general public. This is one issue. Another thing, now the government has said that they are going to bring in 30,600 as bonds. So for example, if the for 90,000 of bad loans, initially they are going to transfer only 500 plus crores of bad loans to bad bank, not any small loans. Education loan, if it is an NPA, an agricultural loan costing some 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, if it is an NPA, that will not be transferred because they know how to get back their money in full from these small borrowers. Only from the big borrowers, they want to save them. So that will be transferred. 500 crores will be transferred to the bad bank. After that, 90,000 crores of bad loans they are expecting to get it from the banks. While they are getting so, for example, you take for an example, they will be purchased at the market rate. Say, generally that purchase will be 30,000 crores, for example, but beyond that they will not purchase. So 90,000 crores value will be purchased for a value of 30,000 crores by the bad bank. Of that, only 15% will be paid to the bank upfront. So that is 4,500 crores. And the bad bank through India Debt Reconstruction Company Limited, they will be trying to recover the money or sell the property, whatever it is, through whatever it is. Above all, people should know or understand one thing. All these 90,000 crores are already provisioned by the bank. 100% provision has been kept. So whatever is recovered on accounting standards, those are only profits. So that is the biggest agenda. So the bank, government or bad bank is getting loans that are already highly or 100% provisioned. So then they will go to the market. For example, they sell it for 12,000 rupees. Crores, 12,000 crores of the 30,000 crores, they are selling it for 12,000 crores. Already they have paid 4,500 crores to the banks. Another 7,500 banks they will be giving it out of 12,000. This 18,000 will be paid by the bonds. This is the position. In what way the borrower is affected? The huge borrower, he is benefited because he need not pay anything. Only thing is company will be taken by the bad bank. None of the amount will be recovered from him. Even this is only 12,000 crores or 30,000 crores maximum. 60,000 crores directly, it is nothing but the people's money, people's tax that is being diverted to the crony capitalists in a roundabout manner. So this bad bank is not a panacea. This bad bank is panacea for whom? For the big borrowers. Because this government, as I stated earlier, this is for the corporates, both national and Indian. So this bad bank is also yet another concept of this government to help the corporates. Otherwise, how Vijay Mallya can fly the country before meeting an important minister in the parliament? Next day he left the country. Mehul Choksey doesn't know where he is now. Most of the big corporates who have defaulted the banks, who have defaulted the public money, they are in some other country enjoying their days, whereas the banks are in red because of this activity. So whether this government, but this government gives a big propaganda that we will never leave anyone. All these loans, 60,000 crores will be waived out of 90,000. Please understand. Let public understand this. Out of 90,000 crores, approximately 60,000 crores will be waived off. It is not written off. They will say as written off, and even in the parliament, they have told categorically, out of the written off amount, they could not recover more amounts. That was hardly 1 to 2% they have recovered. So this is the statistics given by the parliament. So all these amounts are equal to waiver, but they will say as written off. That is, they will say that they will be recovering at a later date. So bad bank is not a panacea. Again, I would like to reiterate. And again, it is yet another concept of deceiving the general public that this government is taking firm action against the big corporate defaulters. So it is not so. But one day, people are not fooled every time, or cannot be fooled every time. They will also realize one day that this government has made yet another jumla on them. Election, like the election jumlas, this is yet another jumla on banking industry. People will come to know of that at a later date. Till then, as a trade union, we have to say to the general public about the other side or the real agenda which is hidden from the public. That is why I am stating that this bad bank concept may not work wonders as it is being portrayed. This is what I wanted to say.
Okay, comrade. Our final question: why this government has brought this bad bank concept, comrade?
Yes. Again, I have answered it in a short way. All said and done, this government led by BJP. I do not want to name the Prime Minister or Finance Minister. Those are individuals. BJP has a policy. As a government, it has a policy. As a political party, it has a policy. This policy is pro-corporate, which everyone knew. Otherwise, why the government should wait for one long year to settle a farmers issue? Isn't it? Because it wanted to help the corporates who had built big godowns. So this government is a pro-corporate. And second thing, now this government has decided to sell all the public sector, including banks. Now they are coming out with IPO and LIC. One form or the other, this government is for privatizing all the public sector undertakings. With regard to the banks, this is yet another way. So they want to clean up the balance sheets. When they give these public sector banks to the private corporates, they wanted to give it in a with a clean balance sheet, so that they can easily handle that, and they can at one point of time they will run away with whatever bounty they get. So bad bank concept, though apparently it may appear to be good for the general public, the hidden agenda, once it comes up to the center stage, people will realize that this is a failed concept, cheated again. General public are cheated again. See, this will have a very adverse effect, because the government or the bad bank transfers all the bad loans from public sector or private sector banks to them, and they will be giving a huge waiver to the corporates. Ultimately, the government and the bankers will be at a loss. How long this loss can be suffered by the banks, directly or indirectly? One day it will hit the shore where it will go for a bank run. So that is their agenda, so that these banks can be easily privatized. So though it is a failed attempt, on the pretext of making it very clean, see, they are dressing a thing. Why we are rearing cattle? Why we are rearing goats? To sell it at a bigger rate. So similarly, they are now trying to dress up the whole banking system and sell it up in a platter to the private enterprises, both again national and international. That is why, though it is a failed concept, this government is harping on this. Even our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman talked about recognition, resolution, and another R's. She told about 4R. She particularly forgotten to say about the fifth R, that is the recovery. They did not pay much attention to fifth R, that is the recovery. On all other things, the resolution, recognition, and recapitalization, all these things they are saying, but they are very silent about recovery. Recovery unions demand recovery of these loans in full, but it may not happen. So the unions will be again going on a big struggle to ensure that the big corporate defaulters pay their dues to the bank. So this is why this failed concept in yet another form. That's all. There were SARFAESI acts, there were IBC codes, there were asset reconstruction companies. There were 28 such companies. This is 29th company. So it has no scientific proof that this is a viable, valid company which will solve the NPA issues of the banks. This is what I wanted to summarize.
Thank you, comrade. On behalf of Voice of Public Sector, we thank you. You have given a very clear picture about the bad bank. Thank you, comrade.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.